Hello folks, welcome to our second episode of our new GeoJots series. So today we're going to be talking about some new functionality that we just found out about that's going to be coming in Esri's ArcGIS Pro application. So we'll talk about that in just a second. First, I want to give you a little update on our YouTube channel and where we stand on that goal to reach 2,000 subscribers. We currently have just over 1,800. I think we're at 1,827, so 1,827 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That's great. So we're very, very close, around 173 till we get to that goal of 2,000. So make sure you're subscribing, let your friends know about it, because again, once we hit that 2,000 subscriber mark, we'll be giving doing our giveaways, our contests with prizes and things like that. So very excited to see that our YouTube channel is growing, and we're going to continue to build on that and add some content to it. So now on to our main topic, and that is some new functionality that I just found out that will be coming to ArcGIS Pro in the near future, we hope. So we're going to jump in and take a look at that now. So, okay, folks, so now we have Arc Pro open. What we're going to talk about is some new functionality that's going to be coming in the future to ArcGIS Pro. And this is going to be something that has been asked for by a lot of users, especially those coming in from ArcMap. And that's the ability to add map annotation and graphics inside of Arc Pro. So right now, you can see I've got Arc Pro open here. There is no way in the map, because I have a map open, one of the maps that are from over here, it happens to be the Tripville 2D map, which is this one right here. There is no way for me to easily come in and go insert and just put in, say, a text box, say you are here, or this is the area of interest, or anything like that. See, there's nothing here that I can do. I could certainly come in here and bring and drop in a map note here if I wanted to. So, for example, I could do this and insert a map note. But what this is going to do when I do this is it creates another shapefile. If I go to my source here, and you go down here to the map notes, I expand this out, you'll see, or in this case, not a shapefile, a geodatabase feature class. So it created these geodatabase feature classes in here that now, I can add these in. I can go to my edit tab up here and then go to create features. It'll open the create features pane. Here, I'm going to go ahead and dock it. I had it free floating, minimize the catalog pane. And sure, I can come in here and add in, say a star and put it in there, and then fill out the attributes associated with that. Give it a name or a note. If I can learn how to type. And update that, and then choose to label that layer based off the notes field. Oh, make sure I select the right layer. That helps. There we go. Got to pay attention to it. Okay, so I could do this, but now I have another set of geodatabase feature classes that I've got to track and keep up with. It took a lot of effort to do that. It would be nice if I could, just like I can in ArcMap, drop in some text or graphics in here and do it that way as opposed to that. So, Arc Pro doesn't let me just drop those graphics. Not like I can in ArcMap, as we'll see here. So I'm going to open ArcMap here, and you can see this is a map for the University of North Alabama, their Continuing Studies Center, which is located here in the back of a neighborhood. It's an old elementary school. But if I go into data view instead of being in layout view, and I'm going to activate this data frame, you can see this is just graphics. If I go to the Select Elements tool, see, I can just grab that dot and move it around, or grab this piece of text and edit it. It's just like a text box. It's created using the drawing toolbar that's down here. If I want to put in a piece of text, I just click there, click up here, and then I've got that text in here. And then I can quickly go in and make changes to it. Right, so I can easily make those changes quick. It's simple to do. It doesn't require any sort of creation of geodatabase feature classes. And I can put this around. So a lot of folks use this in creating various things, exhibits, graphics to go in reports, and so on, because it's quick and easy. And the nice thing about doing it in the map is that if I go into my layout, like I am here, if I need to adjust the scale or the location of this area or this map view, I just click up here, and as I move and I pan, the text and the graphics stay where they belong spatially in the context of the rest of the GIS data. You know, I could do this also in the layout. The problem is if I do this in the layout, right, if I go up and I say add a line, I'm just going to go in and draw a line, say pointing to that location, right? I've drawn that line. The problem is in the layout view that is not tied. Whoops. I've got to make sure I don't have everything selected here. As I'm panning, here we go now. Oh, I actually did draw that in the map because I had the map view active. Yeah, you got to pay attention again to what you're doing, Trip. So let me delete that out of the map view, go back to the layout view, or data from the data view to the layout view here. Deselect that. Now I should not be in draw my line. I've drawn my line. And again, now if I pan over, see that line stays up here. It's not following with the map. So that's the advantage of being able to do graphics in text or annotation inside of the map as opposed to the layout. And like I said, in Arc Pro, we can't do that in the map. Now I can go into, if I go back over here and open my layout, or a layout, let's just pick one here. Sure, I'll open this layout. I'm not sure what's in it. Here we go. So I have a very basic layout here. Yes, now on the Insert tab, you can see, yes, I can do graphics, lines, points. I can insert text in here, not a problem. The problem is when I do this, again, it's just like an arc map. It just puts in the layout. If I have to adjust the scale or the location of the map frame view underneath, it's not going to pick up, you know, it's not going to move with it. So Esri has decided in their infinite wisdom to add that functionality. They've actually listened to the user base. If you go to the GeoNet page from Esri, the communities.esri.com, in the ideas section, you'll see this idea that was posted about graphics and free text in ArcGIS Pro maps. Initially, Esri's development team had indicated to me as I was working on the various books that I have written and whatnot, that they really didn't have any intention of putting this functionality into ArcGIS Pro. And that was largely because Arc Pro was envisioned to be optimized for web publishing maps and web services, either via ArcGIS Online or ArcGIS Enterprise through Portal. And these graphics that we're talking about, the text as well as the points and the little line graphics and things like that we use to make callouts and whatnot, don't function well in a web map. They're not very efficient in that. So as a result, Esri's development team had told me that they really didn't plan to include that functionality. I mentioned to them, well, what about printed output? You know, what if I'm printing something or putting it to PDF? I'm not planning to publish to the web. and they wanted to know why you wouldn't be publishing to the web, and several reasons of that. Anyway, we can now see that people have gone in here, users, through it's actually get to it by going to ideas.arcgis.com and then go in here, and you can see there have been 116 different comments, as well as additional links to other chats or ideas that are out there on the same kind of topic, where people are really giving not just how they would like to have this functionality, but indicating use cases. Why do they need this? And the development team seems to have really taken this to heart, and I really appreciate them listening, kind of reversing their initial assessment of this functionality. And now, as we get down here to the bottom, you will see, I'm going to scroll more quickly down to the bottom here. Come on, where is it at? And go. Don't want to miss it too much. Okay. You can see where Corey Kramer from Esri has announced that they've just put this into the planning and design stages to get it implemented to Arc Pro. It probably will not be coming out in the next release, which should be 2.4. Because ArcGIS Pro is at 2.3.3 right now. And I imagine 2.4 will come out somewhere around the Esri User Conference next month. Don't know the exact date on that, but so it's really too soon to get it into that release. But we now can see that it's going to be included in a future release, hopefully very soon. And we'll actually have that functionality in ArcGIS Pro, which I think is a great thing. It's something that I use very frequently for making exhibits or graphics to be added to reports and things of that nature, as you just saw in the example in ArcMap for that one that I did for the University of North Alabama. So I'm very excited to see that Esri is actually listening to the user base and is going to be adding this functionality. And I shouldn't say this as if it's some surprise. Esri does tend to listen to its user base, at least more so than other software packages I've worked with. I've worked with Autodesk packages, AutoCAD and Map3D and whatnot a lot in the past, and I found that their development team just kind of did what they want to do. They didn't really seem to pay attention to the user base. Esri at least does appear, well, I shouldn't say does appear, they do listen, and we see that with Arc Pro, the ongoing development. A lot of the functionality that has been added into Pro has been a direct result of user input, and this is just one more example of that. So I'm very excited that this will be coming. I hope you will find this useful and helpful as well. If it's the one thing that's been keeping you from going to Pro, then looks like you may have that barrier removed. So with that, we'll go ahead and call it a video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to give it a thumbs up if you really did enjoy the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also click that notification button. That way, anytime we upload a new video, you'll receive a notice that, hey, we've got a new content for you to watch. So with that, we'll see you later in the next video.